Welcome to the Belly Boys podcast, where we talk about things that matter and things that don't. I go by Tone Capone.
I'm your boy El Capo,
and I am DJ 6 Mills,
and we're here to fuck shit up.
Yeah,
let's go. No. All right, so today's guest, a Bronx-born, street-certified terror squad's own, and the man behind the decks who keeps the crowd leaning back, our belly brother, the one and only DJSurge.
Yeah. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
Yes, so let's get into it.
Where we at? Where we at?
I was about to just say that. We're here at Fat Joe's Up NYC.
Yes, sir.
Here in what part of New York?
We're in Uptown.
There you go. That's what's up. It's a fast. I'm about to go crazy here, by the way, guys.
Yeah.
I already got my eye on that set.
Yeah.
I got my eye on that Sinclair hat. I'm getting that. Also, there's a couple things there with 50% off that I'm gonna jump on.
You remember Night at the Roxbury? Yes. What's up? What's up?
Yeah.
What's up? Everything I'm looking at right now, I'm like, yo, what's up?
Facts.
Yo.
All right, so one thing that I always ask when we get into the episode is, Surge, how do you feel about Belly?
It's super dope, man. I'm honored that you guys even called me to do it. You know, and the last party that I'm glad I fulfilled the party and fit in with the crew. Because I'm a Belly Boys now. I'm waiting for my T-shirt.
Yes, sir.
It's coming, yo. As soon as you land, we got you.
Yeah, we got you.
So like Belly, like I said, it's a dope movement. You know, a lot of people are doing it. You know, and like I said, we have our own selective of crew. You know, of DJs and people that you know contribute.
Yes.
And I love it, man. I love that I'm a part of it.
Love it. Yes. Thank you, man. We love y'all, man.
Appreciate that, man.
For sure.
100%.
Yes, sir.
So, I mean, I can start this off by asking you like the obvious. Obviously, you're a Bronx native, South Bronx. How did everything start? Like, for example, how did you meet Fat Joe, Pistol Pete, Tony Sunshine?
So the way I met him was a funny story. I'm actually from Jackson Projects, Cortland to Cortland Ave. The name of my project is Vietnam, which is right down the block. Vietnam speaks for itself. That's not what it's really called. But it's nicknamed Vietnam for a reason.
Oh, it's real peaceful over there.
Yeah, it's just nice. It's the suburbs of the Bronx.
Got it.
My projects did real big block parties.
Okay.
Like when hip hop first started, Jazzy J, Treacherous 3, you know, all these guys did their parties in my projects.
Wow.
In the basketball court. So I grew up around roller skating and big parties, you know, DJs and like I said, Cool Herc, you know, all the guys, they did their own party, but we had Jazzy J and, you know, these parties were done in my project.
Nice.
So as a kid, I grew up around that.
Excellent.
And so the way I met Joe, they were from Forest Projects.
Okay.
But they used to come down, everybody from the Bronx, from the projects, so they would come to my projects to party, you know, their party, block party. And we knew how to dance really good.
Okay.
I was a break dancer. That's
Word?
what I did. Yeah, I was a badass motherfucker. I was Crazy Legs.
Okay.
For real?
No, I got, you know, good friends with Crazy Legs too. We bumped into them in back in the 80s and battled them and Skate Key. And I mean, I'm going off topic right now, but that's I'm just letting you know the how much involved in hip hop I was even as a kid. I was a break dancer. That's how I did it. So when Joe and them would come to our projects, they would dance too. But they would just come fuck with us. You know, we battle them and we beat the shit out of them and send them back to their projects and shit. So
it's on tape now.
Yeah, no, they know. If you walk through the door, I'll tell you. But so that's why his knees are wobbly now.
I was gonna say. You still doing it? Are you still doing it? You still breaking?
I hurt my goddamn back.
We know this secret.
I can barely DJ to 10 o'clock. So they would come, and you know we battle and stuff, and it would be funny stuff. Okay. And then they would invite us to, because Joe and them play softball. They're really good at softball. Joe was a pitcher. So they would invite our crew to Forest to play. All right, y'all beat us in breakdance and we'll come play us in baseball and shit. And they were really good. They would beat us in baseball. They'll beat us in football. The only thing they couldn't do was beat us in DJ and dance and shit.
Breakdancing, yeah.
So and then this was summer of 95.
Okay.
I mean summer of 85. I'm sorry.
Wow.
A lot older than I look. Summer of 85.
Wow.
And when we all started high school together in the same high school, Morris High School. But their high school, our high school was across the street from Forest Projects, which is where Joe is from. I lived a couple of blocks away. I had to travel to the high school. So long story short, I was a graffiti artist too. That's what I did.
Wow, so you're really in the culture.
Yeah. I was into it heavy. And so at the same time I did graffiti. I was real dope artist, and I went to school for it. So I was supposed to go to like high school, college, all that stuff for art. That's how good I was.
Wow. What was your tag name? Was it Surge?
Well, Surge, yeah. That's
Gotcha.
what I was, dope. Like I'm skipping through the Surge. So what happened was Surge, the way I got my name used to be Monster. Used to be Eddie Monster because I had a widow's peak.
Oh,
I had a widow.
I see it.
Oh shit! So I didn't like it. I didn't like the name because I couldn't write it.
Yeah.
I didn't like the way it wrote it. So my brother. So I asked my brother. I said, how do all these graffiti artists get dope names and stuff like that? So my brother was like, hey, why don't you just open up a dictionary and pick whatever you see? So I opened up a dictionary, and the first name I saw was Surge.
Oh shit!
So I wrote it, and I liked the way it came out. It flowed like I was like, oh shit, this is my name, Surge. Boom. That's just how it's simple as that.
Nice.
I became Surge, and you started seeing it all over the goddamn walls. And I even my first damn arrest was tagging up the whole high school, and my mother, and they had to come. I got caught.
Oh.
They made me come clean up the whole high school. Like after that, it was downhill from there. Hip hop.
That's crazy. That's a dope story. You still doing it? Like you still fuck with it?
I can only draw, and I can only do art when I feel like it.
Okay.
Gotcha. Yeah.
I had to feel like if you told me right now draw Cinderella, I'd be looking at you like you was crazy. But if I felt it and I remembered, I draw a fucking badass Cinderella. I give Jay look here for you, give it to you, your kids or whatever, and they'll come out.
So it's got to be the moment.
Yeah, I had to be before I could do it on
cue.
Boom, draw whatever, because that's how I got accepted to these schools.
Yes.
Art and design, Norman Thomas, LaGuardia, all the best high schools in the Bronx. I mean, in New York City that were for art.
Yes.
I got accepted to all of them. But you had to go. You couldn't just. It wasn't about grades. You had to go in, take a test, draw what the hell they told you to draw, and then pass that way.
Excellent.
And I passed with flying colors. My mother took me to every one. But then my father passed away in 80, right around 85 sometime, and that changed everything, because when my father passed away, I had nobody to tell me what to do. So my father had me like a straight.
Yeah, right.
When he passed away, I chose to go to Morris High School, which is the worst high school in New York City, period, in the Bronx. It was like Rikers Island. Right before you go to Rikers Island, that was high school.
Wow.
So I chose to go there with Joe and everybody, and because they would. What happened was when my father passed away, I didn't know how to deal with it.
Yeah.
Only people that were there for me was Joe, Terror Squad. At the time we was the Terror Squad, we was called the Squad.
Yes.
And they were the only ones there for me.
So it was called the Squad before Terror
Squad?
Squad?
Before the Squad, it was tough shit.
Oh,
shit. It was tough shit, the Squad, then Terror Squad. As we got older.
And we're talking 10-year-olds, about 11,
14, 15.
Okay, 4, 15. Okay, so just in the high school times.
Yeah, high school. All high school, junior high school to high school times.
And the same usual suspects?
Huh?
Pistol Pete, everybody?
So they came later.
So who was the original Terror Squad?
So if original now, if I had to point them out right now?
Yeah, right now.
Me and Joe.
Got it. Ooh.
And then everybody else came after that. Because you got to remember, everybody. I was probably in '85. I was probably the only outsider that wasn't from Forest. Wow. Well, I wasn't from Forest, from a different projects, but I went. Joe calls it white van talk. I can talk some street shit that got me to that point, but I can't. But so I gave up from where I'm from, and so a lot of people thought I was from Forest. I'm not from Forest. And I was the only outsider. Then after that, shortly after that, maybe a couple of months later or a year later, then Raul came into the play.
Oh, okay.
Raul was right down the block from me. I'm from Cortland. He was from Melrose.
Okay.
But we all went to the same school together.
Okay.
But then he came into play as far as outsider into Terror Squad. You know?
Gotcha.
Exactly.
But I've been, remember, I've been down with since 1985.
Yes.
So everybody else would say, no, he's from Forest. He's Terror Squad for sure. But there's others. Remember, there's people from Forest Projects that they're just doing their own thing. They're not in the picture.
They're not in the entertainment anymore, or whatever.
They're not in the picture. So, but there's some Terror Squad dudes that are bona fide.
Exactly.
They're just as like me. But they're not in the picture. As far as the picture that you see, like the Pistol P player, player, they all came like in the 90s, in the 90s and stuff like that. Like player was introduced to Terror Squad through me, like through a mutual friend, and we all became cool. And then Pistol the same way. We came, but we all been family ever since.
Excellent, man. Reminds me of us.
Dope. Nice.
Oh yeah, it does.
Yeah, we've been around each other for about 35 years.
Since I was 9 and he was 13.
Yeah, so that's the same
30
thing.
years.
Yeah, so that's like me and Joe. Me and Joe like 80, so 85, so like 35, 40 years or something, give or take.
Yeah.
So that's basically the as long as. So yeah, like we were saying, hip hop dancing, break dancing,
all that shit.
I did it all. Like
Did Fat Joe break dance?
Hell no. Shit. Well, you know what? No, you know what? I'm gonna put him on blast. I'm gonna put him on blast.
He's talking about his legs all the time.
No, he had a dance. Okay. It was called the Joey.
Oh,
Joey. Dude, the Joey. That was his dance. He would do like a
side to side
shit.
This is all true. This is all true stuff, man. No cap. This is no cap shit.
This is no cap zone right here.
No cap and no glizzy zone.
Yeah, right.
Oh my God, yo, shouts out to Jada and Joe for that. I love their podcast, and that one clip, man,
but you know
was
what's
insane.
Crazy? You know what's crazy?
That shit, I eat a glizzy.
No, but that's what I'm saying. So that's what I'm saying.
Pause.
Not piggybacking off that one when he said that. And I was watching the video. I didn't even think about like pause, no homo. I was like, yeah, man, I love some fucking hot dogs, man.
Give me some, Yo,
I love some fucking hot dogs.
You
know, I drive when I'm on board.
Yeah.
I put some music. I put a mix on, like one of our mixes, soft rocks and shit, and I yacht rock. So I put some music on, and because it's open 24 hours. It's called a Papaya place on 23rd Street.
Yeah.
From where I'm from the Bronx. It's pretty far. It's a nice drive, a 30-minute drive, whatever. I jump on the highway, go all the way, get some fucking hot dogs, tear them shits up in the city, and drive back home, listen to music. So I was a fan of when Joe said that. I was like, man, why the fuck everybody fuck with
Serial
you?
Glizzy.
We old motherfuckers. We don't play that shit.
He's a junior serial glizzy.
Glizzy eater. Yo, but the way that he delivered that, he's like, I'm a serial glizzy eater.
Heart, though, like, cause we love hot dogs.
They are good,
and that happens in our circle. Sometimes we gotta watch ourselves.
Swag, what up, boy? Hey, whenever y'all in town, the Cocky Swag over there.
What's good, baby?
What's up?
How you doing, man?
All right.
Dope.
Yo, bring the shit down. It's in the drawer. Or bring one of those things down. He got his own brand, man. He's dope, man. He got his own brand. He does his dope for
Bring it out here.
Yeah, bring it out here.
Bring it out here. Trying to recognize everybody.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we can show him, Cock.
So
isn't that the same shit as Biscuit?
Biscuit
was rocking that shit.
Oh, yo.
It's Biscuit was rocking that shit on the podcast.
That's his brand.
That's crazy, yo. We're digging that shit. We saw people with that shit last night.
Yo, you know
who was the guy that wore it?
Yeah, Biscuit. Biscuit rocked it on our last podcast.
Listen to me.
Let me get the shirt.
Yo, listen to me. This is mine. Do not put your paws or your eyes on it. Save this one for me, homie.
That's super fire.
Save this one for me. Don't worry.
Yeah.
You got a camera right there.
Yo, and it's Biscuit rocked that shit, bro. He heavy.
Yo, check it. Last night we went to a rap competition.
We did.
And somebody was rocking that last night.
Same one that Biscuit was wearing.
That performed, he was rocking. He walked right in, and I go, damn, what's up with this brand? I go, obviously Biscuit had it.
Yo, you doing good.
That's love, man.
Let's go.
Yo, you know what that means? You know what that means, my brother? You making moves. That's love right there.
I appreciate y'all, man. Thank you, man.
Yeah,
no doubt.
Legends prevail.
You know?
That's right.
Legends prevail.
Legends prevail.
No doubt.
Man.
My brother.
That was dope. That was really good. So, I would love to know one of these stories when you're on tour with Terror Squad. That we've maybe you've never told anybody before. Give us one of them stories that is like just whoa.
Man, shit. So, we was really heavy involved in the West Coast, East Coast, West Coast thing, all that stuff. We was like really big on like what was going on. You know what I mean? Because there was a lot of things going on between East Coast, West Coast that people don't know. Right. That was off camera, and it was real big. It was on site. East Coast, West Coast. It was. That's how serious it was. Gotcha. And so some things like I obviously I can't say, for
yeah, I understand. We understand.
So I'm trying to get a story. So one time, I don't know if you know. Remember back in the day was How Can I Be Down? That thing, and then it was Jack the Rapper.
Of course. Yes, of course.
100%. So we went to Jack the Rapper one time, and I'll tell you a story that didn't lead to nothing crazy, and so none of us go to jail behind the shit. But so we did Jack the Rapper, and when we did Jack the Rapper, we Suge Knight, they all came. Death Row was in there. They all came through. So I don't know if you ever been to Jack the Rapper. There's a place where you would eat. We have all the food and all that stuff. Then they had the event spots all over there. You know the thing. You had your wristband. So Death Row was in there. Crazy. 100. Everywhere they went, there was 100 motherfuckers in there.
Wow.
So that don't mean they tough. There's a lot of them, but that don't mean they was tough. There's a little, but we. Somos pocos pero locos. I'll wait. So anyway, I'm just talking shit.
You look behind your back. He looking for Suge.
Oh shit! He's not coming.
Nah, so we do that, and then we Terror Squad is obviously in there, but it's only like 5 of us. You know, back then we was traveling in vans and shit, and it was we wasn't really making money like that. You know, Joe was on the rise, he was getting popular. Yeah. So it was only about 3 or 4 of us. You know, DJ, hype man, manager, that type of shit. Gotcha. So we in there, but we sitting with Tretch. Okay. Naughty by Nature. It's Tretch, Naughty by Nature. Shit. So it's his crew and our crew, but they're not a lot of them either. It's just 3 or 4 of them too.
So there's a total right now of like 8.
8 motherfuckers, but still 100 West Coast motherfuckers. Right. And they all big motherfuckers.
Who ain't tough though?
They what? No. We had to act like we had to like
Yo, listen, if there's
we had to face though.
Tough.
They could be a buck 10.
Hey, we had to face. We had the tough face and shit. You know, we army jackets and all that shit. So we look, you know, we played the part. Right. But them motherfuckers are big. They travel with big motherfuckers. Right. It wasn't like they had little motherfuckers. Right. We were little. They had big dudes with them. All right, you know, whatever is gonna go down. So we start grabbing butter knives and shit. There's butter knives on the table, but there was no steak knives. There was butter knives. We just start taking them. Fuck it. Somebody go get slight with a goddamn butter knife.
That shit might be a lot more painful.
Yeah.
Goddamn steak knife.
So we start grabbing this shit, and then Tretch is like, yo, Joe, chill. Tell your boys to chill. We got this here. We like, yo, but you know, it's a bunch of them niggas. Tretch, hold on, I gotta put the mic down. Tretch goes. He opens his. He had a trench. Yeah. He opens his trench like this, and he had 2 Mac 10s on him.
I believe it.
He had 2 Mac 10s on him, 2 machine guns on him, big long joints. Yes, Tretch had him, and he opened. He's like, we good. We was like, oh no, we good.
That's what
now.
you mean.
We laid back. Like,
that's what you mean.
Who wants smoke, motherfucker?
Yeah, I've heard stories about Tretch.
Tretch. Let me tell you something. Tretch is little, but Tretch is gangster.
Yes.
Everywhere we saw him, he always was like, well, we good. Yeah. You know, after a while, you know, we got our weight up or whatever, as far as that type of stuff. But he was like, we good, Joe. Yeah. You ain't got to worry about nothing. We here. Jersey's here. And
Jersey
like,
Trench with the trench coat.
The good thing about it ended up nothing crazy happened. They kept walking. You know, we eyed each other, whatever, but they kept walking, and we kept eating our fucking food with our butter knives and shit. And then that was that. But that's one story, but it was a lot. There was a lot of stories that you know, obviously, like I said, I wouldn't talk about it, but a lot of things happened in that time frame.
That's a real story, though.
Between East Coast and West Coast.
Wow.
You know, it was incidents in Miami and all that stuff.
Yeah.
And,
we got caught up in the middle of a shootout.
Yeah. So there's things.
Shootouts.
Many. Actually.
Yeah. So like, you know, it was a rough time back then. It was rough, but it's crazy because although it was rough, I'm glad to say I was part of that. Like I was there.
Places in a time frame. We talking 95? What are we talking?
90, 95.
Well,
95.
It had to be like 95, 97 because
95.
you said...
No, 94, 95.
You said, how can I be down?
Yeah.
So it had to be like
94, 95.
94, 95.
So this is the time when Jealous One's Envy was out?
Yes.
Right, it just came out.
Right about that time,
and that album was
it might have
fire.
been Joe's second album through that time.
Right.
Yeah, it was,
And if that album came out, all y'all were tough.
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah.
Yo, because that album made you feel different.
Ooh.
You walk
it was
different,
like,
you move different.
It was like, man, it was because we had a point to prove back then. You know, it was like because Joe being like the only Latin rapper, you know, and he hated that. We hated that. We were like, yo, stop calling us Latin rappers. We fucking hip hop. We
That's
rappers.
it.
You know?
And
We
facts.
And he was probably the only Latin dude in DITC.
Wasn't he the only one?
He was the only one.
He was the only one. Remember, all those guys, we was on the same projects. Everybody, you know, Diamond D, Lord Finesse, you know, Showbiz AG. AG was from Patterson, I believe. But I'm saying most of us were from the same project. So
shout out to Diamond D. We're supposed to go see him tonight. Tonight, Diamond D.
Yeah,
he's doing an all 45 vinyl set.
He is with
Scram. Where we seeing Diamond D at? Where's he gonna be at?
Fat Buddha.
The Fat Buddha.
That's tonight, right?
Fat Buddha.
That's tonight.
AKA Hidden Tiger.
Static and Scram.
Oh, so I told you I might go. But I gotta see
You're
Diamond.
gonna come through, right?
See Diamond, yeah.
Okay. Come on.
Hell
yeah.
Pull out my vinyl.
Let's go.
Bring it.
I'm gonna see if Biscuit wants to come out.
Yeah. So I mean, so like I said, like I have so many stories, but for some reason, us being young and my brother, us being young and dumb, and you know, we just did a lot of dumb shit.
As we all have been.
You know, but like I said, I was happy to be a part of it. You know, like whether it was good or bad, I have so many stories to tell. You know, like I tell a lot of younger kids and younger people growing up, like, yo, this, you know, even me knowing the music industry and how it works and stuff, like just sharing that with younger people what they should do and what you shouldn't do, and who you should trust and who you shouldn't trust, and what works and what doesn't work. So it's good that I got that knowledge and I can share with a lot of people.
100%, indeed,
and even street shit too. You know what I mean? Like it goes hand in hand. Like there's just being from the street, being in the hip hop and music. I started DJing club music, like house music, disco music.
Yeah,
I wasn't DJing. That's what I really grew up DJing. Because like when my brother used to DJ before me. So in '83, let's say '83 is when I first started kind of DJing. '83, '84, when I first started touching turntables.
Okay.
But the love of music was '82, give or take. So my brother was DJing.
We're talking a young child.
He talking about
So
that
I was
earth,
young,
not
but
earth. He talking about that earth.
Yes.
Earth, wind, and fire. Earth.
That type of shit. So when I started, so this is the thing. So when I started DJing, my brother brought home songs like "Set It Off."
All right.
The Mexican, Lisa, Take You Home. These are songs he was bringing home with him. And because remember he was DJing, but he was going to the club. He was outside. So
like breakbeats type shit.
So my brother was playing all this. I'm like, oh my god, this shit is crazy. Like it was music to my ears, and like this is crazy.
Yeah.
So the best invention they could have invented back then was the surge protector. Shit, you plug everything in. The best invention you could ever done, because when my brother used to leave to go to work, I used to hit the switch and everything would turn on. I didn't know how to turn on that shit.
Oh shit!
So once the shit on, I hit the surge protector, everything turned on. Like, oh, I got everything on. It's on and popping. So then
Surge created the surge protector.
Yeah, so that's my name. Right?
I was about to say that.
Hey, remember when you heard it first?
You
should patent that shit.
This is true shit. This is the way it happened. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I turned everything on. Everything turned on. I already knew what to do because I saw my brother, my cousin, what like I would watch them what they were doing with the hands and what they were doing with the fader and back then it wasn't like a lot of
You were just watching.
So I actually grew up DJing with knobs.
Oh.
With knobs, it wasn't a fader. It was knobs.
Oh,
It's a rotary joint.
Yeah.
Wow.
So that's how I DJ. So if you catch me DJing now, you'll catch me DJ up and down with volume. I don't DJ this way.
No shit.
I didn't grow up
noticed
that way.
that.
Yeah, because it's so similar to the. So when I blend, if it might won't make sense to you, it makes sense. When I blend and I'm lowering the music, it's a cleaner blend from going from the fader this way. Because the fader is like a instant pop pop.
Holy shit!
Yeah, especially if you have the cutting set. Like if you have it set to where you can cut it.
Yeah, so
that allows you to scratch.
Yeah, so
but it's less of a cleaner blend.
Yeah.
So
you'll see me. I'll be talking shit and you'll see me if you're not watching me, and you'll hear it and you say, damn, how the fuck I went from that? Because I'm talking, but I'm also lowering it.
Man,
by the time you know it, it's already into the song.
So instead of fading left and right from the left deck to the right deck and back and forth, instead he's lowering and raising the volume from each side.
Right.
And blending it like this.
Yeah. So I grew up. That's how I grew up.
Man, I respect you guys' skill sets.
And that's due to back in the day having a rotary volume and just rotary everything.
Yes.
Everything.
Versus the faders.
Yeah,
Jeez,
so that's
crazy.
I'm not a scratching DJ. I can do the jigger, the regular, the normal shit, but I don't know how to play with records and back and forth. I'm just a simple blend,
But you
enjoy
do it
the music
with fucking precision.
Well, if I might add to his humbling speech,
he's very humble.
He is a fucking party rocker.
Oh my goodness!
Yes,
Which
sir.
actually
Thank
leads
you.
me to my next question, because you just said party rocker, right? So, how do you balance commercial versus hardcore hip hop at the same time at the same party?
Well, it depends. I usually get to the party an hour before. Anybody know me? I get the hour before. So I scan the room. I see 21, 25, 35, 30 like this, 20 of these motherfuckers. Believe it or not, it for some people, like, oh, you full of shit, but this is what I do. I can't hear that good, but I can see really good. And I can tell, like, all right, this motherfucker's 40, this motherfucker's, and that's what I'm doing through the whole thing.
Let me see if this shit works. How old am I?
25.
The shit works. That shit works. Yo, guarantee that shit works, bro.
That was good.
That's how we know that shit works.
That was good, man.
That's how we know that shit works.
But we just talked about that though. You look at
Sexy
the crowd.
Red, that's what I play.
Oh, Sexy He's all day.
When he see me, he's like, okay, I gotta go young and on him.
Sir,
I gotta go young.
You signed the posse. You can't lie, man.
Yeah.
On the show.
Sexy 6, aka Sexy Red.
So that's what I do. I scan the room, and then I usually it depends, because if let's say Belly.
Yeah.
Belly, I know this is what we doing. The format is old school, classic. This is what I'm sticking to.
Okay.
Even if a customer says, "Yo, can you play fucking this?" I'm like, "Look, that's not the party. I'm not getting paid to play that."
Okay.
Yeah.
I ask the other DJ, if he get away with it, I'm playing R&B all fucking night. That's what they play me. So I'm real firm on that. On as far as customers, you you whack, whatever.
Yeah.
Talk to Capo. He'll tell you.
He told me to play Mary J.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I go based on that. Now, if it's the party's an open format party, then I go based on the crowd. If there's too many women, there's too many men, there's a lot, little kids, young. I go based on that, and I tease them with some stuff.
Gotcha.
I tease them with one song. If they like it and I see the energy, I'll go again.
And
I'll go
you feed on
again. I feed off. I test. I'm always testing. If it didn't work and I see if I played the hottest young song and nobody reacted to it, I'm like, I'll get off of that real quick or whatever. Or I play the hottest dope shit, whether it's a Biggie, what old school song, and one more chance.
Right.
And a lot of people didn't react to it. Then I say, all right, well, they're young. They're younger than I thought. It's things like mind shit that.
Yeah, because
that's good.
that song. I mean, I'd have a million songs, but that's a good temperature thermostat.
Yeah.
Okay, let me check the temperature on the song. You play one of those Biggie ones, and if you don't get no reaction,
Right.
now I gotta.
Well,
This is how we do it.
Yeah.
We gotta go to that.
Bass drop.
Indeed. Then you gotta go to that shit.
But guys, we talked about this earlier, just in a general conversation, with the fellas out here. Like we said, shout out to the store and employees out here. We said it. You should be able to look at a crowd as a DJ, and this is your job. And in my opinion, I'm not a DJ. I'm just an innocent bystander watching and raising hell. When you look at a crowd, you should be able to go, what is my crowd doing? If they're standing around and they're looking and they're not drinking, there's something wrong.
Right.
It's called a tell sign.
So that's why I worked at. So when I worked at Cafe Iguana,
Yes.
I worked there 10 years plus.
You were there Thursday nights, right?
Yeah. I was there every night.
Yes.
I did there every night.
Every Thursday night.
Hold that, because I got a question about that.
Okay. So anyway,
Don't get sidetracked.
So as far as me working with the club,
Okay.
and promoters, is also you got to be mindful to rocking too much or rocking too less.
Yes.
So if I rock too much, and everybody's partying and dancing, the bar's not making money. Everybody's rocking too
Wow.
much. They dancing. And now what happens is, this is what happens.
Wow.
The bartenders and the waiters start talking shit. They know DJ's whack. Why is he whack? Because we ain't making no money.
Yeah.
Wow.
The owner of the club and the promoter in turn listen to the waiters and bartenders. Oh, yeah, these motherfuckers whack. They're not paying. They're not understanding.
Yeah,
I
the-
rock the
the
party,
staff
but
can
none
make
of y'all made no money.
Whoa.
Because it's too intense. The party is too intense. People sweating. They drinking water. They ain't popping
Whoa.
bottles. So you have to know how to tone that down. Bring it back to reality where people can say, "I take a break, go get a fucking drink."
Wow, shit.
And get some bottles, tip the bartenders. You have to be the puppet master to do that.
Wow. I never thought of it that way.
So
explained.
it's more than just, all right, you paid the DJ, he came, he rocked and left. There's so many different things that come into play while people say he's whack or he's dope.
Right.
There's a
You know what I mean?
science and
Because
theory behind it.
it's different elements of that.
I'm blown away right now.
And I guess with age, with time, like,
experience.
an experience of hearing waitresses talk, hearing bartenders talk,
Yeah.
hearing now the new thing is hookahs and them talking to you in conversation like, nah, we ain't make no money, blah, 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 and they'll tell you have to listen to that. The way we take requests, we have to also listen to the grievances of the bartender, the waitress, the bouncer. Why the fuck these people walked out? Like, oh, they said you was whack, like the bouncer, like everybody, the first person that's gonna see anybody walk out is the bouncer. And he's like, yo, they were saying, if you have a good relationship with them, they'll tell you, they're like, yo, blah, blah, blah. So, you have to put all this, DJ not that easy. This shit is mental like a motherfucker.
It really
You have to
is. I'm
put
like,
it together and then realize what, and I've had a lot of times where I have whack sets and, and it was because I couldn't figure out the crowd, or maybe the DJ before me just went so ham that I didn't even know what to do behind them, because it depends. So I had a lot of dope sets, but I had a lot of whack sets too. But not because I didn't know.
It's a combination of things.
Yeah.
Sometimes you get a writer's fucking freeze or whatever.
Writer's
You're like,
block.
oh
Writer's
shit, I
block.
can't find the song. I can't find. I know I got
happens,
this
right?
motherfucker.
Yeah.
So
Happens
things
to
like
the
that.
best of us.
So things like that. But you have to know how to bounce back out of that. Like I've DJ with just the mixer, no turntable. The fucking turntable was a shot. And the promoter was like, that's what we got.
Yo, watch this. Just this past Belly 6 days ago.
Story of the
I
day,
was
bro.
I was DJing with just my computer. Just my computer. The party was rocking.
Whoa, what the
You
fuck?
didn't know.
What the fuck?
So I was having, technical difficulties. and so
Which set was this? Was this the last set you killed?
No, this was earlier in the afternoon. Okay. And nobody could tell. He couldn't tell. And then he leaned over, DJ 300 International. He leaned over. He was like, "Hey, what's happening?" I was like, my shit's not working. I didn't fix it. I rocked the fuck out.
Hey, you became an official push button DJ. Right there, you went.
I was doing it like them young guys.
Listen, all the ones we don't want at the party.
Wow, but yo, it's thinking outside the box and just doing what you got to do.
What it does is it shows his skill set.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. You have to keep playing music no matter what. I mean, like I specifically, I mean, I'm sure maybe you guys do. I got mixes for that shit. Mixes that I already pre-mixed. Like if I get into something happen, boy, I gotta take a shit. Hold on, mix.
Boom,
nigga, I gotta go. Bro. This shit came down, motherfucker. My mix, they like, who the fuck was
you
DJ?
Get the bubble guts.
I grab a girl, put it in front of the DJ. Boy, hey, look, act like you DJ, bro. I'll be right back, and she be like,
look, check it out. So at Belly, right, we have 4, 3 plus me plus 3 as the residents, as the 4 horsemen as residents. But then for example, Surge, we bring him and he rocks. So now it's 5 DJs. So I don't have to do a 6-hour set. Yes. Many of us were born doing 6-hour sets. You gotta go to the bathroom, 3 times, right? Like for example, me, I always say I drink Coronas because I can drink 6 Coronas and be good. I can't drink 6 rum and cokes. I'm fucked up. So, but guess what 6 Coronas do? You got to go to the fucking bathroom. You got to go to the bathroom. You by yourself. You're rocking. Your computer's half crashing. The turntable don't work, right? All these things happening. And professionalism and experience will get you through that.
That's what's up. Love that. Good shit. Great shit.
So, did you have a question about Ego Artists?
Yeah,
I need it.
Listen, so
my old stomping ground.
Our old stomping ground.
Right. So
I was there with the same shirt on every Thursday.
I'm deleting questions. So just so you know, I'm deleting questions as the topics come up.
Okay.
Right. But I didn't want to delete that Iguanas. But I just want I want to begin. I have a few questions. I won't go along. I'll pick and choose. I just want to, before I forget, because in my brain, I want to thank you for your friendship that you extended back when we extended ours to you.
Thank you guys. Thank you so much.
Facts.
They don't make them like you anymore.
Thank you so
much. They do not.
That's
very well said.
It's like fine wine.
One of very few DJs that I call. And we don't talk about business. We talk about everything but like, how's the dog? How's this? How's the family?
It's all in the small talks.
Everything cool? All right, fine. Because I talk to DJs all the time. And literally, it's business. With him, and shout out to my boy Scram Jones. It's the same thing. It's about, hey, man, what are you doing? You jogging? Tony and him are talking about vegan stuff and veggies and stuff like this. But
so we just want to acknowledge you as a person.
Thank you so much.
We touching on the DJing and the partying, and then clearly we've asked you to come back down to South Florida.
I can't wait
for our launching of our new party. But I just want to on a personal level, thank you.
100%.
Thank you so much.
From us 3.
Yes. Baby.
Now I want to bring it to some relevant shit that's going on right now, right? So from your perspective, what younger artists right now that you respect that are keeping the culture alive?
Why would you ask me that?
That was a fucking tough question.
Yeah, it's a good one though. Of course
it's
a good one.
Boy, that was like
they're not relevant.
That was like
you say one name, you don't say the other one. Now one loves you, the other one hates you.
I mean, boy, there's not many that. If I had to say hip hop, maybe
hip-hop.
some people are fucking
no hip hop.
But I would say Kendrick. J. Cole.
Yeah.
I was
Kendrick, J. Cole, as far as hip hop.
Hip hop, yes.
Hip hop. Because you got to remember, the artists now, they're not, these artists that I just mentioned, they focus on a dope album.
Yes.
The other artists are just one song. So it's like I could listen to Kendrick, you know, for a while, J. Cole. I can't listen to all these people, you know, like you know, but it's there's so much behind that, like the industry that they
that manipulates that
everything. Yeah. But I can even go as far back as the culture of DJing in clubs.
Yeah,
that the promoters fucked that up.
Yes,
and not no disrespect to you guys, because you guys we doing the dope party. You guys are doing the dope party. I'm talking about the hookahs and the fucking bar service, table service on the dance floor. That's what destroyed. So here's I'm gonna tell you in order. The club owners and promoters figured out a way to make more money because they couldn't make money.
More tables.
They started doing bottle service. They started cutting down the dance floor. People stopped dancing less. Us as DJs stopped energy because there's nobody dancing.
Wow.
So in turn, the rappers started doing 72 beat per minute because you ain't dancing any motherfucking way. So now it's getting sexy. You're dancing right here. So it's a trickle down effect that happened. Maybe I'm just crazy as how I see it.
No, you're not crazy at all.
No, it's a
It
fact.
changed everything.
You're not crazy at all.
From adding bottle service to the dance floor, it changed the whole thing of dancing and partying in the club as we know it. It started from that. Even the beats per minute. You guys know what I'm talking about as far as beat per minute. The beat per minute is a slower beat.
Slower song.
Right.
Because who the fuck is dancing salsa, bachata, and all that shit and freestyle dancing when there's no dance floor?
Facts.
It's fast. So now when you in this, you can do it on the couch. Now people stand on the couch.
You're doing it in place.
Right.
So, you're doing it in place.
Because that's what happens. Like when you look at some of the bigger clubs like Live, there's all bottle service all over the floor, and they're sitting there like,
it's all sections.
Right.
Yeah.
It's no dance floor.
I respect the hustle as far as making money, but me as a DJ, it's hard to really perform when nobody. Nobody's fucking dancing.
Become a press play DJ.
My job is to see how many motherfuckers I make pop bottles. Like there's no fucking fun in that.
Well, you're a press play DJ once you get in those venues because it doesn't really matter what you play.
Takes us back to Iguanas. Iguanas was one of the last clubs that I did that had a dance floor, that it was energy, that people were laying on the fucking floor, with their shoes off, girls, and dancing and partying,
disco vibes.
You know, that's the last party that I ever did that had that type of energy.
Wow, that's nuts. Code word is Uptown.
Real quick, and I know this is kind of a crazy question. I hope you're okay with me asking
No, ask it. Go.
Okay. Cuban links.
I
want to know like what is your theory and your thoughts on that whole like beef right there? Because obviously, was he an original Terror Squad?
So he wasn't, but he was around. So Cuban, Tony, all these guys, they were really Pun's crew.
Okay.
So that they were.
Got it.
So let's say if our projects was there, their projects was there across the streets. Okay. They were the little guys.
So he wasn't. So Cuban Links wasn't Terror Squad.
Well, he was the group, the rap group Terror Squad. That's a whole different thing. That's Terror Squad.
But in personal terms, he was Pun's guy.
Right. That was his boy. That was his. Pun bought Cuban. But Terror Squad, the group, yes. The rap group, yes.
Okay.
Terror Squad, the crew, no. They were the little guys from down the block. Okay. They wanted to be down with us. Okay. You know, the big boys. So like Joe discovered them and he has a lot of issues, as far as like he's delusional. The guy's delusional. Maybe it's the alcohol. Me and him and I had no personal beef, but when you go at Joe, you going at me. Joe is like I said, I'm bona fide. Anybody that goes that against Joe is against me, regardless of how cool he was back in the day. Once it could be a best friend today, and he says something bad about Joe. Tomorrow we ain't cool no more. It's just that's just how
indeed.
I am. So I know a lot of the inner things that happen between Cuban and Joe. Yeah. And I've had conversations with Cuban even when they had the beef. Yeah. Even after that.
Yeah.
Because when he got cut, there was people in the street was like, "Oh, Surge cut you." Like they thought,
really?
because at a time I was live wire like that, where I would have did something like that. But he knew that wasn't the truth because when that happened to him, I was DJing. I was DJing. I was in the fucking DJ booth.
Yeah.
So he knows. And
he
plus,
know who did
to do something like that to somebody, you either really, really hate them or you really trying to score some points.
Yes.
And none of us hated him. None of us hated him enough to do something.
You guys were already made
that's vicious. That's something to do something. You know what I mean? So either, like I said, either you hated him or you was trying to gain some points. So that's all I can say about that. But you know, he had his thing, and you know, I wish him luck. You know, I hope you know he was a good artist. I
actually really liked the way he did. He was good.
He had a pretty cool skill set. Now, if Pun was still alive, do you think that beef would have still been going on? Do you think Pun would have done it?
Good question.
If I had to say, I would probably say it still would happen.
Okay.
It still would happen, you know, and somebody would have to choose sides. Because it's like Destiny's Child, Beyonce.
Right.
That shit was going to happen regardless. Whether it was a crew or family. They were cousins and fucking family. They fucking broke up. It didn't matter. So I think it still would happen only because you know, Cuban was I would have to say a diva. You know, not dissing him like saying I'm a bitch or nothing like that. Right. But he was, you know, we used to fly with dude, the girls and the wants and what I need. Like, hey, Capo, I'm gonna need a fucking Dunkin' Donuts and all that shit when I get to the DJ booth.
Like that.
I need that.
Okay.
I need Dunkin' Donuts.
J-Lo status type vibes.
And a Tito for my friends.
Yeah. So it was that type of shit where the needs and the wants and you know, and I think it still would have happened, you know, regardless. And as far as Joe's relationship with Pun, I don't know where that would have went, but I know that relationship would have still went sideways. And there was always bumping heads. And
really?
There was so much that Joe did for Cuban that people, because there's a lot of people that don't like Joe either. So they're like, fuck that, he capping, he lying or whatever. But there's a lot that Joe did.
Right, no, of course.
Now, Joe's contribution, I'll take this opportunity I am super huge Fat Joe fan. So are we, all of us.
Oh yeah.
His contributions to hip hop can't be measured. That's how big they are. Let me ask you something. What is your fondest memory of you and Big Pun?
Big Pun?
I mean, so many, right? Pick one.
Them coming to see me in jail.
Which one?
Them coming to see me in prison.
Oh, really?
Wow. That's actually
that really shit meant the world, didn't it?
Yeah, it was like, you know, they come to see me in prison, Joe and Pun. This is when they had their prime, 97, 98. This one is popping.
Yeah.
And they come to see me in prison. The fucking police in the prison are like, what the fuck is going on? Because everybody in the visiting room was like, you know, it's a movie in there. It's like, but no phones, but I'm just saying, autographs, they're like crazy. So the officers are like, oh, Mr. Vera, there's going to be a problem. Because they don't know. They're country boys from they don't know what the fuck going on. They're like, there's going to be a problem. Do we want to put you in this room? I'm like, nah, keep me out here. The little room is a PC room. It's a snitch room. Like for the visitors, but you got to stay there. Don't put me in there. Don't put me in there. Just keep me out here. So it was like a big thing. Like people taking pictures, autographs, and the police are like telling him Joe to sit. Because when Joe tells stories, he gets very dramatic. And Pun, they're very dramatic in telling stories. So they'll stand up and they keep forgetting they're in the prison. I'm like, Joe, sit down, man. You can't stand up and all this shit. And the police are, Mr. Rivera, I'm gonna have to visitors to leave. And it was just mayhem in the fucking visitor room. So that was one of my. It meant a lot that they came.
Yeah.
You know, you fucking superstars, MTV, and you come to prison to see. Even though I'm a best friend, a brother, but it still means a lot for them to show you. And they pop up in there and then like, oh shit, these motherfuckers is here.
You never knew it, they were coming.
So, you know, me and Pun, real quick, we had our own little private rendezvous one time. I ain't gonna say the rapper, but we was on tour and the Pun said what's up to the rapper. Like it was like, you know, an iconic dude. And Pun was like, yo, what's up? Oh shit. And the guy was like gave him the fuck you, like
really
have a nice day,
cold shoulder.
And Paul was like, oh, for real? I'm like, oh shit. The rapper, so the rapper goes upstairs, and me and Pun go back down. They went on a tour bus, and Pun gives the guy fucking 4 flat tires.
Oh shit!
If you had a flat tire back then, that's
yo, you know Pun did that.
Yeah.
All right, guess what, guys? Lightning round.
Yes.
All right. So now when I do this lightning round, right?
Go.
You gotta just go.
All right, go.
Stop.
Remember, I'm 54, 55.
I understand. But you got creams and shit.
All right, let's go.
Top 5 DJs.
300, 6 mils. Mic drop. Mic drop. We don't even need to go.
Pass that shit with
That's it over.
That was only 2.
Scram Jones, Surge, and Diamond D.
You got 2 more.
I
It's
did
5.
5.
Yes.
Love it. Okay, you ready for the other one?
Go.
Top 5 MCs.
Big Pump, Fat Joe, Lord Finesse, Diamond D, and Big L.
Oh, Big L. Oh yeah, hell yeah. Now one more.
Hell yeah.
Do you watch boxing? You into boxing?
Yes.
You are? Crawford Canelo.
Canelo.
Oh.
Okay. Okay.
Canelo.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm going Crawford, but
Órale, güey. That only because he was
Whatever.
so that was the Belly Boys podcast where we talk about things that matter, things that don't, but we definitely talked about things that matter. Belly out.